Good morning. Sabbath Talks Football here for another Daily Dose of Spurs, day 13. Feeling wide awake and refreshed after 12 hours of sleep. First of all, thank you for everybody who joined in, who donated, who supported, words of encouragement through the 24-hour charity live stream for the Syria and Turkey earthquake appeal. Currently, just an update that between YouTube and between just giving, we are currently sitting at just over £2,758. So thank you very much. Hopefully in the next few days, next week, we'll be able to get that over the 3,000 mark. But a wonderful cause, and well done to everybody that helped me. Staying awake that long is not easy, but it's nothing compared to what these people are going through. Tottenham Hotspur. Let's talk about Tottenham because that cheers you up. Look, I have entitled this video Tactics, Subs and a Lot of Excuses. Let's begin. Look, first and foremost, I've been ENIC and Levy out for as long as I can remember. I want to say since the whole Martin Jol debacle back in 2007, 2008. I don't know, time is flying. So 15, 16 years ago. Nothing has changed. I do not feel any differently now. I do not ever want them to stay. However, what is happening with this fan base now, what is for me detracting from the ENIC Levy out movement, and I will just say this as brutally and honestly as it is the constant blaming of ENIC and Levy for when we can't beat Wolverhampton Wanderers away, for when we can't beat Sheffield United away. It seems that when we beat West Ham and Chelsea at home, it was all fans were in the mud that doubted Conte. All fans were in the mud. The players were great. The formation's great. You can do it with 3-4-3. Loads of people saying to me, see, Savvy, you're wrong. His tactics. Cool. That's fine. It's all opinions. That's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But then when we lose games like that we should be winning, it's suddenly the fans' fault, or the owner's fault. It doesn't make sense. For me, Antonio Conte is taking absolutely zero blame from so many fans. To be fair, I know he's starting to take more blame from certain people who are starting to see through this really boring, negative dinosaur type tactic that this guy implements. Now, listen, I'm not one of these that's like, oh my God, well, Stellini's the manager at the moment. No, let's be honest. Since Conte's been in Italy, this has always been his doing. Stellini is there to implement what he is told to by Antonio Conte. I firmly believe that. Okay. Now, I've said for ages, and look, so that I don't contradict myself, I've said for ages, the reason I don't get as excited as others, I won't name names, but people who come into my chat weekly and go, smile, we won. As though like I had to sit there with a frown, with a smile on my face. Smile, we beat West Ham. Smile, we beat Chelsea. Cool. And what do I always say? Anyone who's loyal and watches me all the time, any of the viewers who always watch me will know I say this. Consistency. The reason I don't get overly deflated when we lose and overly inflated when we win is quite simple. Because I supported Spurs long enough to know what happens. I've supported Spurs long enough to know that there's no consistency. So when people are going well over the top and singing songs about other clubs and they always get battered, I'm cool with. Listen, I'm not the police of celebration. Do it. Knock yourself out. Do it. I don't personally, because these things happen, because then we look silly. So I just like to keep myself there. I like to keep myself there until Tottenham prove to me they're there. And at the moment, I think we went through it last night on my show that Spurs are win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, draw, win 2, lose 2. Which is why I think when we belittle other clubs, when we want to sing songs about them being in the mud, when we want to tell other fans they're in the mud for an opinion that might have been wrong for one game, I don't see the need of it. And it's why this fan base will always be divided, because we're telling each other how to think, how to act. Any faults in this video are mine. Yeah? If any of you in the comments agree with them, cool. If you don't agree with them, cool. I'm not asking anybody to feel the same way I feel. I'm a grown man with my own opinion. Okay? And my opinion is this. I've not wanted Conte to be here for ages. I think the ship has sailed on him leaving during the season, but I do think he will walk away in the summer. Am I glad? Yes. I don't like what I see. I think this man has a wonderful array of attacking talent that he can't get the best out of. And the go-to excuse more than often is the defence. The defence isn't the reason why we lost to Sheffield United and Wolves. We didn't score a goal. We didn't look like scoring goals. I mean, yeah, we hit the bar a couple of times yesterday, but and actually yesterday in the first half, I thought we actually dominated and had a lot of the ball. But we looked lacklustre. Even when you go back to the Man United, to the Man City game, the goal was through an error of theirs. When you look at the Chelsea game, the goal was a thunderbolt. It wasn't a well-worked move. It was a thunderbolt on a corner. For me, the management, whether we're putting this on Conte, Stellini, Mason, the whole management function seem incapable of being able to get this front three to play together. So what's happened since last year? Are the players fed up of playing this style? I'm just asking. I don't know. Are the players fed up that there's no contract sorted out between the club and Antonio Conte? Are the players down in tools? Are the players just outright not good enough, like Kane and Son and Kulusevski and Bentancur and Højbjerg and Romero and Perisic and Porro, these players that are suddenly not good enough when they cross the line for Tottenham Hotspur? I just don't know where we're at with it all. For me, we will always win a few and lose a few. That's who we are. Now, do I blame the owners for the overall running of the club, i.e. not winning trophies in 22 years? Of course I do. Of course I do. Sure. Can I blame them when we lose away at Wolves? How? How can I blame them when we lose away at Wolves? That is when the agenda gets to the point where people are so proud of their opinion that what they can't do is go, well, do you know what? Actually, yeah, ENIC and Levy out, but I can't blame them for this one. But no, that's not what people are doing. It's literally just ENIC, Levy out because we lost to Wolves. No, ENIC and Levy out over here, sure, always running. That's not the reason we lost to Wolves. Let's break this down. This was a Wolverhampton Wanderers team fighting relegation. This is a Wolverhampton Wanderers team that haven't won in 3 games. They lost at home to bottom of the table Bournemouth, right, who scored against them and kept a clean sheet. They drew with Fulham 1-1, and they lost quite easily, if anyone watched the highlights of Wolves versus Liverpool. They've scored 9 goals at home all year. Dr. Tottenham turns up. We can't score against them. They win. Now, everyone will just go, oh my God, it's the defence. But during the week, I've seen that stat flying around that Dyer and Sanchez. Well, neither of them played yesterday. Neither of them took part. Neither of them came on. At what point do we have to admit that this manager is getting a lot wrong? That the football is god-awful. I'm sorry. If anyone likes this style of football, each to their own, right? This football is god-awful. Now, do we need a new defence? Of course we need a new defence. I'm talking about when we get this ball in midfield and we're in possession, there seems zero link-up play. There seems zero pattern of play. There seems zero men running off the ball to come and collect and give a wall pass. There seems anybody that's willing to give and go. We literally get it to the forwards and hope they're going to do something. And the manager's been here for 18 months now. That's his job to coach that. Now, look, are we top 4? Yeah. Do I see top 4 as this big all and dancing thing that everyone else does? No. I never have. I don't understand it. This obsession with top 4 and Champions League football when we don't even use it to kick on. I don't get it myself. Teams behind us have got games in hand, but even then, am I that worried about that position? No, because I don't think anybody seems capable at the moment of putting runs together other than Man United. Now I've said that, you watch Liverpool will go and beat them. But Liverpool are 6 points behind us now with 2 games in hand and a better goal difference. Brighton have got 3 games in hand on us and would go above us. Now, again, I don't think Brighton will win all 3 of those. And equally, Spurs have got what should be a win next week against Nottingham Forest. But it goes to show, doesn't it, that it's all very tight in there. But I watched the highlights of Brighton yesterday. I watched them play and I'm jealous. I watch how they play football and I'm jealous. Now, the answer from people will be, yeah, but where are they in the league? Well, of course they're down in the league. They don't have Kane. They don't have Son. They don't have Kulusevski. They don't have a World Cup winner at centre-half like Romero. Yeah, they've got Alexis McAllister, but of course they should be below us. But watch them play. Their fans must walk away and go, what a well-coached team. What a good team to watch. I come away from watching Spurs and just feel numb. Like there's nothing there. There's no football. There's no football played at all. It's 100 miles per hour in certain situations. We're a reactive team that suddenly we go and burst into life. But look, where do I lay the blame at this football club? First of all, I think it's really important that the blame isn't different from one week to the next. I think it's really important that we don't do that. Fans being blamed. I'm seeing fans being blamed. For what? What are fans being blamed for? I don't get it. You've got fans that don't want to protest because they realise, like I realise, protest all you like. The owners aren't going anywhere. They've built a global cash cow. Why are they going to go anywhere because a few thousand people protest? They're not. They're going to make money hand over fist. They're doing what they thought they were going to do, whether we like it or not. And I hate it, but they've turned us into a business. And I've said again and again and again, cool with them doing all the business stuff, the concerts, the NFL, the boxing, the skywalk, the go-karts, the golf. Cool with that if the same energy is applied to the football side of the business. But it's not. So do I blame the owners overall? Of course I do. Of course I do. Do I not like the manager? Correct. I don't like the manager. Not as a person. This isn't a personal thing. Not as a person. He seems like a lovely bloke. I don't like his style. I don't like his tactics. I don't like the fact that when we're losing games, we stick to this formation through thick and thin. I don't like the fact that when we're losing games, we don't throw the kitchen sink at teams to try and get back into games. I don't like that yesterday we wait till 77 minutes to make changes, and then it's an attacking wing back off for a defensive one. There seems to be this clause in Emerson Royal's contract that he has to play. He has to come on even if he's sub. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying why. Look, Lucas now seems to be in favour above your £60 million Richarlison and Danjuma, who we stole from under Everton's nose. Then fans going, oh, Danjuma's no good, but he's not being given any game time. Lucas is, who's leaving at the end of the season. It just all, for me, I feel like the management have lost their way. I feel like they don't want to be here. And look, again, Sava's opinion, only my opinion. I can't tell anyone else what to think. I wouldn't. It's not my job to do that. This looks like a regime that knows it's walking away in the summer and is now not trying what's best for Tottenham Hotspur. Yesterday, throw the kitchen sink at Wolves. Throw the kitchen sink at them for the last 10 minutes. Go for it. Knock it long. Get the knockdowns. Make them panic. We don't. Keep doing what we're doing. And it never works. Like Hoover said to me yesterday, probably the only game this year where we've thrown the kitchen sink at a team and been unlucky to not come back was Liverpool at home. After a disastrous first 45, we then peppered them in the second 45. Other than that, it just seems like when we're losing games, we're just sort of happy to sit in. Forest in the week. Losing, bring on Kulu. You've got Kane on there. Son stayed on there. You've got Perisic, all these players. Still no attacking. Still didn't pepper them. Still didn't make them camp in their box. At what point? So again, going back to that point, owners, yeah, don't like them. Manager, don't like him. Don't like his tactics. Not for me. Scouts, what are the scouts doing? Look at the players they're bringing in. Some of them are good players they're bringing in and then being completely played in the wrong position. Is that the scouts? Is that the manager? Basuma, the best example before he got injured. We've seen Basuma rip up the Premier League for 3 years playing in a midfield three. Comes to Tottenham, we play him in a midfield two and wonder why he's not doing the same things. Look, all in all, as I said, not too excited when we win, not too deflated when we lose. I just think we've got to be consistent here. There are a lot of issues at this club. For me, the next manager that comes in, and there will be a new manager coming in, because I hate to break it to people that love Conte, the guy at the moment, as it stands, isn't our manager next year. If he signs that contract, that's on him. He's decided to stay knowing how we're run. If he walks away, you bring in a new manager. Please, let's not make it one of these managers that is a win now manager, like Jose, like Conte. Let's not make it that, because the expectations are that we're then going to buy £80 million players for this manager. And those players simply won't join Tottenham. We don't have the pull. We're not attractive enough. Anyway, I could go on all day about Spurs, but look, the upshot is this. There's a lot of excuses flying around. There's a lot of blame. For me, the blame goes everywhere. This is my overarching line. People will probably clip bits of this video. They'll probably mock me and make videos about me. But the underlying factor for me is this. The manager, the owners, the scouts, the director of football, the players all have to take a look at themselves. The club is run terribly, and if it wasn't for Harold Edward Kane, if it wasn't for Mr. Harry Kane, we would be nowhere near where we are in the league. We're not where we are because of a manager. We're where we are because of Harry Kane's goals. Owners, manager, director of football, scouts, academy, director of football, all of them, take a long, hard look, because it's getting harder and harder to watch Tottenham Hotspur play. The good thing for me is this manager's got another, 12 league games? 12 league games left for him, and then whatever in the Champions League, and then he's gone. I don't have to watch his football anymore. Guys and girls, as I said, thank you for all the help with the Syria-Turkey earthquake appeal. More important than football, obviously. Join us live tonight. The usual guests, 7 p.m. for the Spurs review, where we'll be having a look at all of the different parts of Spurs. We look forward to Milan and Forest, and we take it from there. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. We are 6 subscribers away from 3,500. Thank you all. Beat my yearly target by 1,000 with 37 days to go. Much appreciated. Much love. Take care.